Hey everybody, how's it going? We're out here in the time cave on the Friday before Christmas. Christmas is still a week away, but it's going to happen very soon. So I wanted to wish everybody a happy holiday. And, well, we're just going to have some fun out here and talk about lanterns, of course. And I wanted to cover some bases that I originally covered in a video that you all didn't get to see because I deleted it. Yeah, I made a video about the content I'm going to make today. Uploaded it, spent an hour uploading the darn thing, and then I looked at it and reviewed it on a larger format like my desktop, and the picture quality was really bad. It was blurry. For some reason the camera was not in focus, so I thought I had an autofocus, but it wasn't. So yeah, I had to delete it. But so we're going to try this again, take two. Anyhow, we have brass Dietz #2 Blizzard, and going to talk a little bit about these types of lanterns. So soft metals is going to be the topic. Now I just wanted to cover this real briefly. First of all, for those who might wonder why they use brass only on the fount or whatnot, well, it's because of rust. Because, well, tin, or tin-plated steel rather, is very prone to rust. And let's face it, a good number of the states in our union, the United States that is very prone to rust. California and Arizona and the southern states are not as much prone to rust as the southern eastern states and whatnot, and also the northern states and northern eastern states. So you're going to get a lot more, you'll find more of the brass or copper fount lanterns out in your picking areas, more there than here in California. So with that being said, that was the main target behind manufacturing lanterns with brass or copper, was that they didn't rust, and they just oxidized, and they wouldn't be no longer usable. Now, I will say this: you're going to want to look for cracks, because brass, as shiny and pretty as it can actually crack on you. So over the years, it gets thin and brittle, and it will crack. So you want to be sure to find those cracks at any cost. Even if they're small, you want to steer clear of it, because those cracks, small as they are, they'll only get bigger with time. And you'll also find, in like the Dietz Juniors from the early 1900s, they'll have cracks in the crown and the chimney, and yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to deal with that unless you're very capable with soldering and you can fix it. I've seen some amazing jobs, some amazing rescues, where most people would have thrown it away because it was so bad, or they would just set it on the shelf. But I've seen some really nice work some people have done to salvage and rescue them and preserve their history. But when you're out and about looking for lanterns, either online or at flea markets or antique malls, and you find one with a copper or brass fount, inspect it for cracks. Paramount. Also, if you find one without cracks, before you fire it up, you want to look inside the fount and make sure it's clean, because if it's oxidized inside, that corrosion will poison your fuel, and then it will make your wick burn dirty and gross. So you want to deal with that as well. So you want to soak that fount with, well, I'd say vinegar. Vinegar would be a good one. And dump it out. Let it sit there for overnight. Dump it out. It will be nice and clean. And then you can, purify it and make it, use some rubbing alcohol, and then fill it with kerosene. That way you have a better chance of burning it cleanly and without any issues. Also, of course, blow out the air tubes and everything, and typical maintenance. But with soft metal, you definitely just want to keep your eyes out for cracks. Now, soft metal founts will be more prone to denting, so over the years, you'll find them with a lot of dents or minor dents. Depends on how they were used and how they were stored. So this, I got lucky. It's got very few dents, if anything. Most of my copper stuff has got a few more dents than rather not. But copper, if you're looking for soft metal, go with the copper one first, because they're not as prone to cracking as brass is. It's true, copper doesn't crack as much. It doesn't get as thin and brittle as brass will over, say, 90 years. So keep that in mind when you're picking for a shiny fount lantern. Also, you might have to do some polishing, so don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and do a little bit of polishing. It'll be fun. Also, when it comes to polishing, if it's got a lot of oxidation, try and use some molasses or vinegar to get a lot of the oxidation off, instead of scrubbing it with Brillo pads or steel wool, because that reducing the amount of metal that you have, and then that will ultimately lead to failure and cracks down the road, and you don't want that. So thought I'd just give you a little tip about the soft metal stuff. All right, well, enough about that for now. I got this guy. You're probably going to say, what are you doing with that? Yeah, one of those. Well, shameless plug here. Get it? Shameless plug. Yeah, this was electrified, and while it's electrified, I didn't do it. Somebody else did. But it's a nice lantern. I bought it off of eBay, intending to restore it and make it burn oil again and all that stuff. But I got a lot of projects. I don't have the time to get to all of them. And this thing is complete, except, of course, it doesn't have a burner or a burner cone correctly. So you're going to have to find those. There's people that sell parts. But if you want something to just sit on the shelf or bookshelf or desk or whatnot inside the house, this has a nice little flame flicker bulb, and it has a good Buckeye lens on it. It's got great parts. It's got the original fuel cap. I was tempted to cannibalize it and keep the parts off of it, but this thing is in such good shape. It's really solid. There's no rust on it. I mean, look at the bottom of this thing. It's perfect. It's perfect. And they didn't drill a hole in the fount. You can see that. The cord goes right through the air chamber from the back. So you'd have to plug up a little hole in the back of the reflector. It's minor if it bothers you, but someone definitely can make this burn again. It's currently on eBay. So if you go to the search bar on eBay and type in Vintage Dietz Buckeye Dash, you'll find it. And right now there's, I think, a bid on it, and it's like at 3 days left, and it's 15 something right now. So if you want something just to enjoy inside the house, if you have a significant other that rather you not burn kerosene in the house or lamp fuel, this will definitely be a happy in-between, happy agreement, medium, whatever. So yeah, definitely check it out if you want something you can enjoy inside the house or at the office or desk or whatever. So that being said, thought I'd just bring this to everyone's attention. Go to eBay, look it up. It's a nice piece. It really is charming. It has great patina on it, and it's fairly clean. So what the heck, right? All right, everybody. That's going to do it for me out here in the old time cave, and hope everybody has a safe and happy and wonderful Christmas, even under the duress this year has thrown at us. Just focus on the positive and make sure you have a nice tree and decorate. Do whatever you feel is necessary to get through the rest of this year. All right, it's almost over, everybody. Take it easy, and we'll see you guys all again very soon. Bye-bye.